Thank you. I formally do accept your nomination. Wait, sorry, wrong speech. Tonight we have a surprise honoree, although I think the cat might have been let out of the bag. I'm thrilled to introduce and be able to present a well-deserved award to our surprise honoree this evening. This honoree was a founder of a group that we could use right now called the Action Committee to Fight Anti-Semitism Today, called Act Fast. He was instrumental in the establishment of the Jordan is Palestine Committee. He first went to Israel back in 1955, is a past president of the American Zionist Committee. He's been a prolific writer and frequent speaker, a certified public accountant who headed his own firm for 25 years. He introduced innovations in that industry and has maintained active status until this year. He serves on the National Executive Committee and National Administrative Board of the Zionist Organization of America and is its Mid-Atlantic president, and he is still quite active helping Israel and the ZOA. I have known this individual for some 30 years, and I can truly call this award recipient a role model, a mentor, and a friend. And yesterday he celebrated his 93rd birthday. He is still wiser than his years. I'm thrilled to be able to introduce the recipient of a special medal for meritorious service from the Israeli Mint to Louis B. Dashe.
I think I can safely say that Lou is the only person in this room who knew Theodore Herzl personally.
First, I want to thank you for this honor, and I want you to know how deeply it is appreciated. Today, with Israel under international threats and pressures as never before, and with international anti-Semitism unfortunately growing by the day, permit me to correct a few misconceptions. The view that Israel came into existence because of the Holocaust is not true. Israel was not formed because of the Holocaust, but in spite of it. Not because the rest of the world wanted it, but in spite of an indifferent world. The only connection between Israel and the Holocaust is that had Israel existed, the Holocaust would not have happened. Perhaps we have to refresh our memories. Santayana had it best when he said, "Those who forget the past are doomed to repeat its mistakes." We've been badly bruised in this semantic war, in this public relations blitzkrieg against us, so generously financed by Saudi Arabia. But as long as we don't give up, we are not defeated. Currently, Israel is under attack. Jerusalem is under attack. Remember, Jerusalem is the undivided capital of the Jewish state of Israel. This was affirmed by the U.S. Congress in the Jerusalem Embassy Relocations Act of 1995 and became law under President Clinton. Identify it correctly. It is the old city in Jerusalem, not East Jerusalem. Remember the land west of the Jordan River is Judea and Samaria. So identified the Encyclopedia Britannica of 1948, not the West Bank. Remember, Palestinian is an adjective. There are Palestinian Arabs, not the Palestinians. Remember, before 1948, the only people called Palestinians were the Palestinian Jews. The Palestinian Arabs would have been insulted if you called them a Palestinian. They were part of the Muslim people. They were part of a tribe and part of a clan. It was only the Jews who were called Palestinians. Remember, the Palestinian Post became the Jerusalem Post. You have the Palestinian National Fund, and there were no Palestinian Arabs in the Palestinian Brigade of the British Army. It was only after Israel's reestablishment that our enemies' PR experts recognized the value of the term Palestinians because of the assumption associated with the original inhabitants of the area, which was called, of course, Palestinian by the Romans. It is not only the poor Palestinian Arabs who are at war with Israel, but the entire Muslim Middle East, over 300 million strong, with 21 of the 23 countries refusing to even recognize that Israel exists, and the cold peace with Egypt and Jordan getting colder by the minute, and the Muslim Brotherhood taking over, and you will unfortunately see a great increase in this. The Palestinian Arabs are unfortunately just an instrument to try to destroy Israel. It is not more land they want, but the elimination of the Jewish state in the Middle East of any size. Accordingly, Israel's mere existence is total justification for any terror or horror they can generate against Jews. The Wall Street Journal editorial, "The Last Jew," correctly states, and quote, "The war is open until Israel ceases to exist and the last Jew in the world is exterminated, eliminated." Remember, you can't make peace with people and countries that refuse to recognize you exist and want you dead. That preach and teach in their controlled media and their controlled mosques and their controlled schools from pre-kindergarten up. The Jews are inferior creatures, descendants from pigs and apes, and must be killed and destroyed. The ZOA once had an adjunct organization called Jordan is Palestine. Perhaps it might be a good idea to have this organization reactivated. One of their pieces of literature is very simple. It states certain simple truths. That there's a nation in the Middle East which occupies 77% of the original Palestine mandate for the establishment of the State of Israel. That's over 3 times the size of Israel today. And that includes Israel having correct possession of Judea and Samaria. This nation is Jordan. 3/4 of Jordan's government appointments, including 9 cabinet posts, were held by Palestinians. This is as of 1982. Half of Jordan's prime ministers since 1950 had been Palestinians. A majority of Jordan's army is Palestinians, and Palestinian Arabs have invigorated Jordan's economy and control 70% of its businesses. More than 2/3 of Jordan's people, of over 2 million there, are Palestinians. I would like to close with a few lines of the last poem of that great poet, Nathan Alderman. Then Satan said, how can I subdue him? For he has the courage and the ability, the resourcefulness and the wisdom. I will do only this. I will dull his mind and he will forget that his is the just cause. Let us remember and never forget that Israel's cause is a just cause. And let us resolve that we will make that extra effort and get involved so that Israel will not be sold out or destroyed in the unimaginable horror of an atomic bomb. And repeat after me, please. Am Yisrael.